All right, everybody. Without further ado, I think we should get started. People will keep joining as we go, but it looks like we have a nice large crowd here today. My name is Steven Matsumoto. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at the Real Estate Marketing Group, Trem Group for short. If most of you have heard about us. Here's my partner, Carlos Concepcion. He's the Chief Revenue Officer. He's the head of new business development, outreach, and probably most of you have seen him. He is definitely the face of the company. And many other people here, different skill sets, different things. We're going to get into it. So Trem Group, the real estate marketing group, we've been in business more than this as a different brand for 13 years in the luxury real estate market as Trem Group, the brand. We are a bunch of digital marketing, real estate, technical professionals that specialize in the luxury real estate. We are not just an agency and we're not just a tech company. We're a data company that helps increase sales and grow businesses. We've been doing this for the past 10 years. We've done it for hundreds, if not thousands of clients and companies. And we just want to let everyone know for the past 10 years or so, we've been doing this in the background. So we've been doing this for our clients come and things like that. And now we're at the stage in 2026 where we're giving away everything, all the secrets, how we do it. We want everyone to know. We want everyone to know how they can do it themselves. Because at the end of the day, the more value we provide out there, the more we show. Even starting agents, new agents. I was on the phone with somebody yesterday that just got their license and they have no idea where to start or what to do. So and of course they have more time than they do money. So they're investing their elbow grease because they don't have the ability to invest in the ads and things like that. So all of these things are here for you today to learn so you can do it yourself. You can hire us, whatever the case may be. We're just here to show you all the things that we've seen work for hundreds of clients. We have hundreds of case studies, six, seven, even eight figures in GCI. So without further ado, let me show you the secret right away. So you guys don't have to stay for the entire webinar. We have the secret right here on the next slide. So step number one, the secret to growing your business in 2026, broken down into three steps. So Carlos, without further ado, you need to wake up at 4 a.m., take a cold plunge, and do 200 burpees. All right. So everybody, that's it. That's the entire webinar. Let's all get started. So Carlos, please, the next slide. I'm just kidding. You can do all those things. Those things are probably very great for your health, for mental capacity and life development. But when it comes to what we've created, we have a much more tangible step-by-step thing that we're going to show you today. So before that, let Carlos explain to you who we are in more detail.
So again, like Steven was just mentioning, for the past 15 years, we've been growing our partners' businesses from developers, brokers, real estate agents who wanted to leverage the digital infrastructure and grow their business with tangible results and predictable results. And like Steven was saying, we've been the top marketing agency for 2025. We received the awards for the best real estate websites building. We were considered the best of Florida business of 2025. And our entire team, we have an amazing team with over 70 real estate marketing professionals, from designers, developers, success managers, marketing managers, who sole goal is to not only represent Trem Group, but help our businesses and our clients' businesses grow. And Trem Group is not your typical marketing agency. We're not here just because of the likes or the shares or growing your social media presence, which, by the way, nothing wrong with that. But Trem Group is focused on generating results. And we understand that results are commissions, transactions, and the actual tangible growth of your business in revenue. So that's what describes everything that we've learned and implemented in Trem Group for the past 10, 15 years. As Steven mentioned, I'm very happy to be sharing this space with him. He, as the Chief Marketing Officer, have built out the infrastructure, venture into providing our clients with every single tool step by step on how they can do it right. And I can tell you he has way more experience than what even Google will suggest or Meta will suggest. So he has figured it out alongside with the principles of the company and the feedback of our clients on how to give you real data, real information, not just the fluff, right? So Me, I'm just happy to be here with you today. My goal, like Steven was saying, is to be educational because we understand that many of you are in different stages of your career, but you all deserve to know the actual formula on growing your business. And this process that we're about to show you is it has worked for many of our partners to go from $10 million in sales to 20 to 30 to 100 to $300 million in sales predictably year after year. And regardless where you are today on your specific career in your market, this will either help you understand the steps that you need to take or will show you what to do now by yourself with your marketing agency or by working with our team and what to expect when to do so. But the whole goal is to help you get a solid business plan for 2026, help you grow your business, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do, we want to understand where are you visiting us from? We want to make this interactive. I already see some people from Miami in the chat. So 305 in the house, but we know we have many people from all over the US. So more people from Miami, welcome. Welcome. Don't be shy. Feel free to interact. This has been created for you from your feedback. So feel free to let us know. Naples, welcome. Naples, Peru, amazing. That's great. New York, amazing, amazing. It is important for us to know from you to hear to your feedback, and this is going to help us create a series of these educational sessions so you can come and learn from different things that we've done. Again, we have about an hour to share this information with you, and we might not be able to pack 10, 15 years into an hour, but we're going to have a Q&A session. And if you're here today, you're going to get a special gift from Trem Group and some of our partners. So stay tuned. We're going to give you some context. We're going to give you the actual business plan. So if you have pen, paper, notes on your phone, a document, make sure that you're ready because we're going to be talking about many different things. But we're going to try to consolidate to the basics. So who is this webinar for? Well, like Steven was saying, if we talked with many agents throughout the country, and if you're an starting agent, what we're doing today is going to help you understand what to do once you're ready to grow your business. Right now, you might be focusing on improving yourself, getting your product knowledge, your contracts, and maybe your online brand. So we're going to talk about that in a second as well. But if you are ready closing 8 to 10 to 15 and $20 million, and you're capable of doubling your sales, not just by networking or referrals, you want to actually have a predictable source of income, then this webinar is for you. If you're done wasting time or wondering what should you do? Should you do SEO? Should you do YouTube ads, postcards, mailers, AI, Instagram ads, Google ads, right? I can tell you that we're going to give you a formula to cut down the noise. I can tell you that as you go growing in your business, you might want to do it all, right? But we're going to talk about the importance of where to start, when not to start, just to make it effective, right? And practical for you to double yourself this year. So we want to give you some clarity on what that look like. If you want a plan that actually works, like I was telling you earlier, this same strategy that we're about to showcase to you works for all of our partners nationwide. Top agents in New York, brokers, developers, global developers in DR, the US, Florida, Miami, Boston, Chicago, Dubai. So this is not random. This has been tested, battle tested with hundreds, if not thousands of partners that have grown their business thanks to this formula. And that's what we want to show you. So if you want to stop chasing leads and you want to stop chasing business, you want to have a predictable business of attracting the clients that you want to work with. There is a way where you can put yourself, place your business in front of people actively searching for your market, for your areas, for the type of properties that you want to represent. And if you're a broker, you want to provide your agents with that type of quality client. So again, wanted it to give you a solid infrastructure, a solid strategy that will save you a lot of time, remove all the noise, and can help you predict where your sales are coming from and how to grow it predictable in in the stages of your career. So, what is your biggest challenge for 2026? I mean, we would love to know about that. I think we have a quick poll for you, but we want to understand what is your biggest challenge? Is it relying on referrals, um, getting leads? How confident are you that your website is the representation of your business and can help you grow it? Okay, I hope you're all filling up the poll. All right. So I talk to hundreds, if not thousands, of agents every year, every month. And what I've listened from all of you is that your next challenge is where your next deal is coming from. Most of the partners that I talk to, they're telling me, hey, I don't have an scalable system. I am depending on referrals, on my network. I'm investing on platforms like Zillow or Realtor.com, which in the past 2, 3 months alone, I've talked to over 20 partners that have told me, hey, I'm investing on Zillow and Realtor. I'm not getting good results and I'm not growing my personal brand or my business. So I'm feeding them and they're not, I'm not getting a return back. A lot of agents are doing everything that they can offline and online, but they're not seeing the quality of the clients that they want to work with because they don't have an scalable system. Therefore, they don't know where the next deal is coming from. If you want to do better in 2026, right? Maybe you are doing great. Maybe you are selling 20 million or 30 million dollars and you have a solid network and you have a good quality of life and a good business, but you know you can do better. You want to leverage your time, you want to improve your systems and grow predictably. Well, you know, this also will solve that question on help you predict where your next deal is coming from. And some of you might not have enough time, right? So you don't have a system that can help you save that time into building more of the relationships that you want to be building with the clients that you want to be building, because you might be cold calling or all day on the road from one property to the other to showings. So we want to solve that issue for you today, and hopefully you can implement it by yourself, or you can work with our team to get these implemented right away on your business. Now is the time where you want to get pen and paper, because in order to create a business plan, you need to know where you're at today, and we want you to be honest with yourself, do an assessment on yourself, on your market, and on your business. So we have a couple questions that they're going to come into play once we start going through the actual deed or formula, but it's important that you have it written down. So the question number one for all of you in your markets, I want to put you in the mindset of, if you were to choose, right, what would be the minimum price point property that you want to sell or represent? Because in order to know where we want to go, we need to know what's our preferred price point and markets, and a couple other questions that I'm about to show. But what is the minimum price point of property that you want to sell or represent? The second question is, what's your ideal average price point, right? If you were to choose a price point that you say, okay, if I sell 10 properties in this price point, my business will double or triple within the next year. What's that ideal price point? And write that down. Write that down. It's going to help us help you, and it's going to make a lot of sense in the next couple slides. The third question is your farming areas. A lot of my partners tell me I go where the business goes, right? I drive where my clients need me to. And while you should be a source of good service and advice to your clients, you also might want to niche down the same way you do physical or offline farming areas. What is that in your market, right? What would be that main focus market, community building, or area that you will be very happy representing and that will get you to these numbers that we're talking about. The fourth question is, what property types do you want to focus in that market? So we're talking minimum and ideal price point or range, main niche market, your farming area, and what type of property do you want to represent in that market? Are we talking about single family homes? Are we talking about condos? Are we talking about townhomes, pre-construction projects? And the fifth question is, what is your commission structure? We know that as a broker and agent, if you focus on pre-construction in those major cities that are building pre-construction, you might get access to a 5, 6, 7% commission, while in resale and condo markets, you can get an average of 2 to 3% commission. And if you represent both buyers and sellers, you will be able to get up to a 6% commission in some cases. So it is important to make that math, right? If I'm able to invest a percentage of my marketing budget into a strategy that is going to get me in front of people looking for the type of property in the main market, already looking to buy or sell in this range of price point that I'm focusing on, you should be able to double, triple, or sometimes 10x your investment in your market. And that's what we want. If you want, take a screenshot now of this page. We're going to send you all of this information and a checklist after the webinar. But we understand that the two most valuable assets that you have is your time and your money. So as long as you're running around and staying, I understand you're busy, you want to get better, but it's not just about working hard, it's about working smart and attracting the right client. So your two main most valuable assets is your time and your money. So there is something that always comes to my attention because I know that a lot of partners, they think that investing on the stock market is the best idea, or investing on other sources for the longevity is the best idea. And I'm not saying it's not, but when you look at the stock market and you're seeing, hey, maybe it grows 17% in a year, 15% in a year, 10% in a year, you should think about that once you have enough capital and resources and assets ready to think about that. But you should invest your money and your time in things that can double that within the first year. Double it every year, right? You want additional cash flow, you want predictability in your business, and that's what we're aiming to do. You should invest your time and money into a strategy that can deliver at least 2x return, and with the hopes that you get more. I don't even think that even in Vegas, you're not gonna get those numbers, right? If you go and have a fun trip. So let's start with some actual facts that we notice and we know from NAR, from everything that we've done, that are going to help you understand where we at today in this digital infrastructure. So 98% of all home searches start online today. You all know we're all here today thanks to technology. We're all connecting over a Zoom call. We know that consumers now are very familiar with using their technologies, their phones, their computers, their tablets into searching what they want to acquire. So 98% of home searches start online today. So if you're not there, somebody else will. There's another very fun stat, and it's that 78% of those leads of your clients that are searching online today will work with the agents that respond first. So speed and consistency is extremely important, right? So yes, you have to put yourself in the right time at the right moment for that perfect buyer or seller that you want, but you also want to have systems that can help you be the first agents that they connect with, because 78% of those leads will go to the agent that first responds and give them the service and the answers they're searching for. And real estate professionals who are investing on digital marketing today, and they're grabbing that attention and they're getting the right clients, are earning over 2 times more than agents that are not, right? While agents are still figuring out if they cold call or send postcards or mailers, agents that are leveraging the social medias, the online platforms and the digital marketing are building systems that are guaranteeing them to double their sales and growing more in their markets. So there's some apps that you should be very aware of in your industry that are going to help you grow your business today, right? And these are the apps that you get familiar with, that you should explore, get to know more. And we're going to go through a couple of them today. But just to give you a quick glance, IDX Boost is the number one um, website builder for lead generation built for the real estate industry. They've invested over $3 million into building an all-in-one website builder platform that can help you create your website, have the most powerful IDX solution in the market. It competes with platforms like Zillow and Realtor. It converts actually better than Zillow and Realtor. And it has unique features to humanize the technology for you as a business and for your clients as buyers and sellers using your website. And it has a specific marketing tools that are going to help your digital system perform because it was built for that. It was built for that purpose of increasing your conversions from digital traffic into your online platform. Then we all know Google, but we should know that Google has 8 billion searches on that platform. It's the biggest search engine in the world, and every day people are searching for what they want to buy and acquire in that platform at a global scale, right? Google Display Network, which is part of the Google ecosystem, and Google AI are other tools that you should leverage, and it's going to help us. We're going to show you how we're leveraging those as well. Facebook and Instagram, which you know are part of Meta, which are going to help you create and manage your not only your social media profiles, but the ads that you want and um, some additional traffic. And well, ChatGPT or AI engines that can help you leverage your workflows, help you sometimes design some creatives, get some content out there, some workflows. So we're going to dive in deeper into some of these, getting into it. But this is the formula. So be ready to take a screenshot. We'll send it to you as well. But this is the actual formula, okay? Yes, do the push-ups, wake up early, but this is gonna be the formula that is gonna help you grow your business. And we've divided into a 9-part formula. We're gonna go diving deeper into each of them. But the main three is you need to attract, not chase, attract the right clients that you want to work with. You need to convert that traffic into clients, and then name, email, phone numbers, and then you need to establish your brand authority and your system so you can sell more. So attract, convert, and sell defines the main strategy. But then when we dive in deeper, you're going to know why we want to attract, by doing a niche keyword research. You don't want to randomly advertise. You want to know specifically who you're getting in front of, which is why we ask those questions. So we're going to go back to them with Steven in just a second. Build the digital infrastructure necessary to convert that traffic, to track everything that's happening, to represent your business at the highest level. Then turn on your traffic ads to make sure you're getting that impression, that cold traffic into your site. Our partner says that the art of conversion is more than an art than it's a science. You need to understand the client, the consumer's behavior, right? What they're searching for, what they want, and what will incline them to have a good user experience on your site. So they're willing to give you their personal information and register on your site. And then you have to look at what has made maybe Zillow and Realtor multi-billion-dollar companies, right? Not only they are in front of people, but they're implementing nurture and return strategies to stay top of mind for their clients. Property alerts, so we're going to talk about that as well. How do you expand your brand authority? This is going to help you be everywhere, stay top of mind, create your own branded ecosystem. And then the connect and follow, right? The how do you build these relationships? How do you shorten that sales cycle with all of the clients? And the most important part is track and optimize because you want to know what has worked best for you so you can reinvest and not only double your investment, but triple it or quadruple it or 10x your investment, which is what we want for all of our partners. So being that said, now we're gonna dive in deeper into this. I'm gonna let Steven, which is the Chief Marketing Officer, he's done this plenty of times, diving deeper into this strategy. And stay tuned because we have good things coming for you guys.
Hey everybody. So I'm gonna jump back between the the presentation, and we're actually going to go live into details of exactly how we do this. So before I show you live examples of everything, I just want to make it super, super simple because I know if this is the first time you're seeing this presentation, it can seem overwhelming. It is a lot of stuff. It is 10 years plus, like Carlos said, started 15 years ago, for sure over 10 years, just full force doing this. Um, so we have to sum it up in about an hour and a half. So to make it simple, attract, convert, and sell. If you want to look at it as the three platforms, and we're going to have more webinars diving in deeper to the each of the 9 steps. So you'll have visuals, explanations, and you'll know what each of the 9 things means. Carlos explained it verbally, but I know visuals definitely help in the storytelling. Attract is very simple. And we're gonna get to it, like what Carlos was saying, Zillow, Realtor, Redfin, they've all spent billions upon billions of dollars the past 20 years proving concept. So attract just means you need traffic. So where are you getting your traffic source? Like Carlos was showing the platforms, we know that the two main ad platforms that generate the most traffic, even organically, but we'll explain why ads are better in this situation than organic when we get to that section. But you need to attract. You could do Reddit, you could do LinkedIn, you could do Twitter or X. You can generate traffic from wherever, YouTube, Instagram, whatever the case may be. So Google Ads owns Google Search, Google Display, and YouTube. And then Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, as well as WhatsApp and Oculus and things like that. But those are the two most powerful ad platforms. Those are the two best to attract. And as Zillow narrow it down to the exact traffic source that generates the highest quality leads, and the reason being it's because it's pull marketing, is Google search. Somebody typing in, I'm in the neighborhood of Coral Gables at the moment, so Coral Gables homes for sale. I saw some attendees here. Somebody was is in Chicago. So if somebody put Lincoln Park houses for sale, so that would be the highest, and we'll get into that in the next slides. Convert just means a website platform. So you attract with traffic, you convert with your website, and you sell with a CRM. So those are the three platforms because clients come to me all the time. They're like, "Oh, I already have a website. Oh, I already have a CRM." So we're going to dive in deeper, but just make sure those are the three platforms. You have an ad platform that you generate traffic, you have a website platform that you capture, and you have a CRM where you actually follow up. Those are going to be the three main platforms that you're going to need. And we're going to explain why we use the ones that we use and why they work so well. Um, so without further ado, attract. This is how we identify the right opportunities in your market. So the 3 steps before we even turn on ads, we have to make sure we're going after the right keywords. We have to see what the search volume, cost per click, things like that. Convert. So how do we convert? We convert through a great user experience, through lead captures, through by incentivizing the user to provide us a name, email, phone number, not just saying contact us, because 99.9% of the time, nobody's going to contact you if you just write contact us. There's a give and take on the internet. People will always pay you with their time before they pay you with their money. And then you can't make money from a name, email, phone number. You actually have to sell. So you actually have to turn this into a conversation. The thing with a lot of agents is this person looking to buy before you can even make it to a transaction? You have to first have a conversation. From the conversation, you have to even make sure that you two are the right fit for each other. Once you actually are the right fit, you actually have to meet in person, or at the very least, like we're doing right now, you see my face, we're building a relationship and having a conversation. From there, of course, you want to go under contract and close deals, but you can't go under contract if you've never spoken to the person in the first place. Remember, real estate is still a human business, no matter how much Zillow is trying to automate everything. So before we launch $1 of ads, that would be a complete waste of money. We want to do some research. There's other types of research. There's market research, competitor research. Again, we can have more webinars diving in deeper to those. In the case that we already know Google search, because Zillow, Realtor, Redfin have proven through billions upon billions of dollars in the past 20 years that it works. Um, we already know that Google search will be our highest quality because of the pull marketing. So the very first thing we do is we want to find when it comes to resales, because pre-construction has a different tactic, very similar follow process. We'll explain pre-construction in another webinar. Just for the sake of today, limited time, we'll just discuss resales. So that means a property that you can already live in, not something that they're building. So when it comes to a resale project, whether it's a house or condo or townhouse, whatever the case may be. There's three things that we really want. We want the keyword to have three variables. We want to make sure that it's the area. I was writing this in the chat, the sub area, the property type, and the buyer intent. We want to make sure we understand the search volume. What are people actually searching? And then we want to understand the cost per click. So the top keyword includes those three variables. The search volume, a lot of times I hear it all the time from clients. It's like, no, SEO, SEO, SEO is SEO takes a long time. SEO is the organic side. Um, and a lot of these other agencies confuse you because there are two layers of SEO. SEO for your brand. So if you type in Google Trem Group, the real estate marketing group, you're searching our brand. We include that in all of our clients. We always SEO your brand name because and we don't ever take credit. We want to generate traffic from people in the market searching right now that have no idea who you are. That's our objective. It's you should always be generating business from your network, but this is to generate new business from people actively searching in the market that have no idea who you are. So here's an example. Coconut Grove is a very famous neighborhood. It's about a few blocks away from where I am right now. So that's the purpose of the example. So this is an actual keyword research. I'm going to show you exactly how it is. But you see, these are the top keywords because they have three things. Coconut Grove is sub area. I'm 99.9% sure, and we can check right now, that there's no houses below $1 million in Coconut Grove. The cheapest house I think is for sure above 1 million, maybe even two. We know Coconut Grove is a sub area in Miami, so that's fine, but we want to sell houses primarily. Homes, over the years, we learned can be a variable. It's more like a property. So home can be a house, condo, or townhouse. If you want to get very granular, you'll actually use the word condo or house. And then you always want buyer intent when it comes to resales, for sale, especially if you don't want rentals, people looking for pictures, things like that. If you're going after a building, specifically the name of a condo building, you want to be very adamant of that buyer intent because there's so many people searching the building nowadays with Amazon and Uber. If there's a spa, a front desk, any of those things, you don't want to generate any of that traffic. You want to make sure that the person has the intentions of buying a property, whether it's a building or area. Then the search volume. So on average, 40 people per month search this exact keyword, and you'll pay about 57 cents cost per click every time somebody clicks. So without further ado, this is a high quality keyword, high search volume, low cost per click. Let me switch over and give you the live example. So again, we have our presentation. So the very first thing I type in this is what we call a seed keyword, what I believe my best user searching. So you see we have our sponsored results here. You see Redfin, Zillow, they understand that even organic, even though Zillow's right here, Realtor Redfin, they understand nobody's scrolling down here. 90% of the traffic goes right here. And the beautiful thing about sponsored ads is you can turn this on today, right away. This takes lots of time and money, and there's no guarantee you'll even get here. And even with all the time and money you spend, you are still position 5 in the grand scheme of things. But for the purpose of keyword research, we're going to go here. Actually, we already messed up the page. So you see, we want that fresh, nice page. Something I like to do is I like to order price low to high. Let's include all the property types here. And you see right away, besides those, I'm not sure, for sale, property type. So something you see, Zillow has its own issues, but because this. Do this again. We just want Coconut Grove. You see, the cheapest property is 1.6 million. Oh, no, let me order. Low to high. So Coconut Grove is kind of a little bit of a crazy area. We can draw an area, but if you search, you'll see that there's very little properties below 1 million. So either way, what I like to do, you have um tools like Keyword Planner, things like that. I like using SEMrush. So you come here, you go to the subfolder or the exact URL, and I like ordering by position. Position, I never want to go anything above position 5. So Coconut Grove, you see, has a lot of great keywords. A good way to filter is sale. And then right away, you have all the keywords you want to go after. So if you don't want apartments, this is a great keyword. You see 260 searches per month, 63 cents cost per click, houses for sale in Coconut Grove, Miami, 40 searches, 67, and it fluctuates. It fluctuates as you see. So we grab all of our keywords, our best keywords, and I don't want to get too technical, but that's what makes a keyword good. You want to make sure that you are basically um starting from the very beginning, from right away. You want to make sure that you're generating your right type of user. And we'll dive in deeper what a right type of user, but really there's three variables. So those five questions Carlos originally asked are how we are able to figure out the best areas for you. If you answer those five questions, it's better to consult what areas to pick. The three variables that make a lead quality are they have the correct price point. So depending on your market, if your market is minimum 500,000, but you're looking to sell between a million and 1.3, the buyer's looking for that. That they're buying in your farming area. You don't have to drive 100 miles or 50 miles or whatever the case may be to show properties. They're buying within your vicinity and they're looking to buy now. So that's what we care about when a buyer says. And a lot of times is clients will say leads are bad. We cannot qualify a lead bad or good until we actually speak to them. So now that we know our keywords, we have a clear target of what we want to go after. The next step, we still are not going to turn on ads because we don't want to waste any money. The next step is you have to make sure all your platforms are connected. So we mentioned our three platforms, our traffic source, which is Google search ads, our website, it was how we capture our leads. That's where we send our traffic. And then the CRM, the database, where we actually, once we capture the lead, where we feed the lead to. So we need to connect all three platforms. And I hear people using all different types of things. It's like, hey, I'm doing LinkedIn ads, I'm using WordPress website, and I have Salesforce as my CRM. So that's fine. If that's your way of choosing and it's generating you good results and you're getting sales, just make sure they're all speaking as one unit. So you need to create your website. Then you need to integrate the tracking codes. We use Google Tag Manager. We set up a Google Ads account. I'm going to show you the insides of a Google Ad account today. A lot of our clients love this because they tell me other agencies that they work with don't show them anything of how they're generating the traffic, what keywords they're using. We show you everything. Number nine in the wheel is the most important. One through eight is just setting up. And number nine, like Carlos was saying, is just looking at the data every 2 to 4 weeks, changing, optimizing, and seeing what needs to be fixed based off of that data. So in the sense of your traffic source, your website is always your central neutral point. So you need to tell Google Ads when somebody does an event on your website, when somebody actually converts. And I'm going to show you exactly a live example of what that looks like. So you can tell Google's AI, this happened, and I want more leads like this. And you can actually track. So in your CRM, you actually see, okay, this person typed in Coconut Grove, Miami homes for sale. This is a good keyword. This is a great lead. I just spoke to him. He's looking for 4 million. I'm meeting him next week. Or, hey, this person typed in Coconut Grove houses or whatever, or condos. It's like, okay, condos is getting me lower price point, 600,000. So we need to know. And not only that, when you're busy, you might be at showings, you might be writing contracts. You want to make sure that the second somebody registers on your website, that the automations are hitting them, that they're going to get those follow-ups. So right away, they get a welcome email, they get a welcome text, all that tracking. So they all need to be speaking to each other as one thing. And nowadays, why a lot of clients love working with us is that a lot of agencies have built their system and that's it. They just run and sell the same system over and over. And the thing is with look at just ChatGPT, Google AI. I started my career with SEO in 2012. And I remember telling people, "Oh, we're restructuring. It's the semantic web. We're gonna have AI in 2020." And now we have ChatGPT, we have Gronk, we have Google AI Overview. I remember being in meetings before the pandemic explaining that this was coming, and now we're here. So a lot of clients love being with us because we're always changing, we're always evolving. ChatGPT is coming out with ads soon. So if you try to create a Google ad account today, it is very, very difficult than it was 2 years ago. You have to provide licensing, you have to provide documentation, you have to provide all these things. So we do all that for you. And the goal is that we can guide you. So I definitely invite you to ask any agency or any Google Ad specialist you work with if they're capable of doing that for you. And remember, everything we do when we build marketing systems for our clients is for you, a scalable system. That's the reason we don't want Zillow is because this actually generates your brand, building your brand. So we connect all three. We connect your website, we integrate we create your CRM, and we create the Google Ads account. We have your digital foundation and infrastructure, number two in the wheel. And this is what one of our homepage looks like. And remember, and this is the website I'm going to use as an example in a second. Your website is your homepage is you. That's for you and your network. We usually, when we're running ads, send to internal pages. So number three, four, five, six, seven, and eight in the wheel all have to follow the same theme depending on the original source of where the person came from. So if I was searching Coconut Grove homes for sale, I need to land on a page about Coconut Grove homes for sale. Then to register, I need to register something about homes for sale in Coconut Grove. Then the emails that I receive should all be, whether they're property alerts or personalized emails, should all be about Coconut Grove homes for sale. When I see retargeting, remarketing, it should be about Coconut Grove homes for sale. And then when somebody actually calls me to discuss why I registered on the site, you should call me based off of my inquiry about homes for sale in Coconut Grove. That's literally everything from three through eight in the wheel. So now, without further ado, we're going to actually launch some ads. So I know that we have limited time and this is a pretty long presentation. So I will give you a crash course. But if you are interested and you like seeing the back end of a Google Ads account and you want more, I definitely in the FAQ let my team know so we can have a webinar just dedicated. I can do this for Meta ads, Google ads. I can have a detailed thing. So just a super simple, you go Google ads here, you go, I have access to too many accounts. So you go here, you just go start now. They have it pretty simple. New Google Ads account. So create a new account. This is what it looks like. I recommend going through the full steps. You have to add it. Just turn off the ads because don't spend anything. So at the end, I want to make sure that your account looks like this because they have simple setups and you don't want the simple setup. The customization is much more difficult. So without further ado, I'm gonna just give you the quick crash course, new campaign. We go. So huge thing. I know this is gonna supposed to be quick. If you have conversion tracking set up, this is the way you set it. If you do not have conversion tracking set up, you should select this. The reason is this is useless if you have no event tracking or conversion tracking. So phone calls, sign up, and submit lead, it's not submit lead forms. This oh yeah, website. So Google now has just like Facebook where you could fill out a form on the platform. We never use those. Those are you get more leads, but they're super low quality. So sign up is basically what we call a cold lead capture. Somebody downloading a guide or registering on your website. They're not asking, "Hey Carlos, hey John, call me with more information." They're saying, "Here's my name, email, phone number. I know you may call me, but I'm not requesting a call." Or submit lead form is somebody saying, "Hey, please call me right away. I want to speak with somebody." And then, of course, phone calls are also great leads. That's actually somebody that wants to speak right now. So those are the three types of conversions we track. We're going to select leads. We're going to select these conversions. Google search. So these are all the different types. The other ones that we do are demand gen, video, and display. Demand gen is something newer that we're adding, but this is basically YouTube and this is the Google Display Network. We'll explain these in different webinars. So you can do these. I don't usually do it. I just skip those. And then this is something super important. You want to name your campaign something that you can easily find. So we usually call it a search campaign because there's many. In this case, we'll call it Coconut Grove since it's only about Coconut Grove. And sometimes you can add the date. Today is 01, 22, 26. So just something quick and easy. You don't have to do this part. So let's just go continue, start new. You see so many tests. So basically, this is all the things that you need to know when it comes to bidding. Again, if you have it set to leads, conversions is fine. If not, um, set it to clicks. So there's only three ways that Google charges you, either by every 1,000 impressions. This is for brand awareness. We'll show you this in display on YouTube. Clicks is for the actual click. The goal here is that to get you as much traffic as possible. And here, this one is to get you as many leads as possible. It takes about 30 conversions for Google's AI brain to really start learning. So just keep all that in mind. This is a newer feature. We won't dive into this. So let me go ahead and just go next. I highly recommend you turn this off. You can leave this one on. This will generate you a lot of spam. Google Display Network. I'll show you live examples of that. But the goal is that really you don't even want traffic from the search network. You want it coming specifically from somebody in Google searching. This is your highest quality traffic source. In our other webinars, we'll show you how to read the data, which is probably one of the most crucial components. So real quick, when we create an ad, there's five things: platform, audience, budget, assets, and landing page. The assets and landing page I'm going to show you at the very bottom here. But the way we select the audience in Google search is two forms: location and keywords, the combination. So if you're going broad, um, If you're going broad by keywords, Miami homes for sale, Chicago condos for sale, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that you're hyper targeted geo targeting. But if you're going narrow, Coconut Grove homes for sale, um, Coconut Grove homes for sale, then this is the way we recommend. So a lot of times clients don't know how to set up. So the two biggest errors I see in a Google ad setup, is the geo targeting and the keywords. So those, if you walk away from this today, this is the most important thing. So Coconut Grove, you see, I like setting it up like that. So if I'm going after Coconut Grove, I select Coconut Grove. So the misconception people always have is that they think it's only people in Coconut Grove. So this little thing right here is where people mess up. Presence or interest means I could be in France, I could be in Toronto, I could be in Chicago, I could be in New York City. As long as I have interest in Coconut Grove and I type in the keyword Coconut Grove houses for sale or homes for sale, I will see the ad. This is worldwide, presence or interest. So I highly recommend you put your location like that. This is your language settings. A lot of times we take it off. This is fairly new. I doubt anyone here is doing political ads in Europe. Audience segments, little quick tip. This is from my mentor. He said you select observational for retargeting, remarketing, number 7 in the wheel. You select targeting because you only want people that have done some type of thing. But as far as cold traffic, we go here, how they interacted with their website. I suggest you create a 540-day audience, website visitors, and then basically we're teaching Google all your website visitors. We want more people similar to that without restricting to only those people. So this is just a little quick tip. Don't worry about more settings. I don't recommend creating any of these optimizations, ad schedule. You're just gonna cause your cost per click to go up unnecessarily. Do not do any of this. Like Carlos was saying, Google support calls us every day. They have no idea what they're doing. If you call Google support and you listen to their recommendations, they're going to cause you to spend a lot of money with Google with almost zero results, if any at all. So next, right away, keywords. So you could put, I like to skip because we've already done our keyword research. So we can see here are our keywords. So I'm going to go ahead and just select one for now. We may select 2 or 3. So I like, this is, okay. So now the keyword, this is the most important part, is there's something called broad match. So you never, ever, ever put your keyword like that. That's called broad match. The problem is Google will steal all of your money and give you nothing but very bad quality traffic. So just putting these tiny little parentheses here, this is called phrase match. Phrase match is what you really want. And if you want to go even more narrow, brackets is called exact match. So we only do phrase match or exact match. We never, ever, ever, ever do broad match. So you go selecting more keywords. Basically, the rule of thumb that I do with my team is the higher the search volume, you select phrase match. The more narrow the search volume, you select exact match. So I don't like going more than 6 keywords. There are other tactics. One of my mentors, he said create more ad groups depending on the property types. So you can manipulate the ad text. But as long as it's houses or homes, I like keeping it all in one ad group and adding anywhere from minimum 2 to maximum 7 keywords. So with that being said, don't forget to name it. And then the last thing is this is where you put your landing page. So we would go, so this would be an example of a landing page. This is the website. This would be where we send it. So in this case, this entire website is dedicated to the Coconut Grove neighborhood. If this were your brand, so if this were StevenMRealtor.com, I would put Coconut Grove homes for sale. In this case, they only put homes for sale because the entire website's primarily about Coconut Grove. So this would be our landing page. And then in the case of Google search, because display, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, those are all different assets that you need per platform. In the case of Google search, I'm about to show you right now the assets you need. So you put the landing page here. And again, if this were your brand name, I suggest you add the neighborhood, Coconut Grove, homes for sale. So that more, the goal here is that you have a minimum of 10% click-through rate. So for every 200 people that see your ad per day, you want 20 clicks. For every 20 clicks, you will get 1 lead. So 10% click-through rate, 5% conversion rate. That's how we have it. These are site link extensions. The main important ones are headlines. You have up to 15 with 30 characters max. So let's put, oops, Coca. not grow home. These are the assets for Google search. So primarily it's text. So if I keep adding things, you see I can't, my limitation is up to 30 characters. And then you have four headlines with 90 I mean four descriptions with 90 characters. These are add-ons. You could put your business name, your business logo. So let me go back real quick to Google search. So these are site link extensions. These are images. These are all add-ons. So these are your headlines up here in purple. These are your descriptions, 90 characters. And then of course we send to the landing page. So this is what it looks like in the front end. This is what it looks like in the back end when we set it up. Your site link extensions, your call outs, and then we save. This is basically done. Next. I recommend normally the budget we recommend is though these pages convert at about 20 to $40 cost per lead, depending on how difficult it is. So we normally aim for about $33 average daily budget. So you could of course put whatever you like, but $33 per day, assuming we get each lead at about $33, should be about one lead per day. If $21 cost per conversion, then of course we're getting at least three leads per day for every 2 days. I'm so sorry. Um, all of that being said, we launch, our campaign is set up, it's ready to go. So I have two-step verification, but real quick before I finalize that, I want to show you this is a live example. So you see these are your conversions, this is your cost per lead. So this is how we set up the keywords. So you see, and then you just go here and click search terms. So your conversion rates, we aim for a 5% conversion rate. These are your cost per click. So the goal, the top is your impression to clicks to your conversions. So this is the order. This is your top of funnel. This is your middle of funnel. This is your bottom of funnel. And that's that. I'm going to show you a quick little chart in a second, but this is exactly what it would look like. And then you go to search terms, and this is exactly what people actually typed into Google. So right now it's ordered by clicks. I like ordering by conversions because this is what actually generated a name, email, phone number, or lead capture. So this generated five at an average of $27. And then what happens is I actually go into my CRM, I see the quality lead, and then I will go back and see which one generated what keyword they typed in so I can spend more money on that. So with that being said, just let me show you real quick. So we launched our targeted ads. Now that you have a complete digital foundation, you launch your ads. This is what we were mentioning, your impressions on Google Ads, your website, capturing your actual leads. So this is the traffic that we sent once they actually fill out or finish a form. Then they go to CRM, which right now the CRM we're utilizing is Follow Up Boss, but we're in the final stages of creating our own CRM, so we'll be transferring over to that. That's why I always say CRM database because there's many different platforms. Without further ado, I would like to hand it back to my business partner, Carlos.
Well, I hope, I mean, if you've done Google App by yourself, that was a crash course from Steven. I mean, he has certified his teams and he just showed you a lot of different things where, when I talk to a lot of my clients nationwide, they're telling me, hey, I'm wasting a lot of money and I'm not getting the quality of leads that I could. And you saw how in detail and in depth he goes because of course after 10 years of experience he has tested everything, right? So he's giving you the factual information of what generates the best quality leads and the best experience for your brand and your clients so you can scale. Now that you have the keyword research, you created the ads, the ad campaigns, you have the traffic ready to launch, you need to think about the stages 4, 5, and 6, which is the landing pages. One thing that I see very often and I hear very often is, Carlos, I'm spending a lot of money, but I'm not getting any leads. And what I've seen happening is that a lot of agents out there have a generic or pretty website that doesn't convert. They didn't create that infrastructure and funnel from the ads to the landing pages to the CRM and communication to the clients. And if the landing pages don't have all of these different details in mind, then you're just throwing money. You're just throwing money and wasting a lot of money on ads and without getting the conversions that you want. So I'm going to show you how to build a landing page specifically for that ad. In this case, we use idxboost.com I mean, you should have a website that is flexible in design, that you can build any landing pages with MLS, with the IDX for buildings, for neighborhoods, for pre-construction projects. You should be able to easily manage your content, create pages for anything you have in mind, even for your properties or off-market listings. And IDX Boost have shown that this is the last website you'll ever need, right? You have everything in one place. So when you see other website developments or other website vendors, in some cases they're just thinking about the vanity statistics. If your website looks good, great. They're not thinking about the user experience of your buyers and sellers. They're not thinking about the conversion of your online traffic into leads or integrating that into a CRM or a database so you can predictably, get better results. So that's the main difference. Right now, I'm going to show you what IDX looks like. And by the way, I'm not going to dive in too deep into building your real estate website because you're all invited, but we're going to have another webinar next month on February 22nd, where we're going to just cover that topic on how to build your real estate website, best practices, and how to do it. So you're more than welcome to join us there. But to get started, you definitely want to have certain details ready when it comes to your content. You want to have your logo, your headshot, your bio, um, your personal information, MLS ID, social media URLs, testimonials. And in IDX Boost, they make it very simple. They have built super high-end elevated designs that you can choose from and can give you a lot of speed and practicality in the build out of these websites. And once you choose the design that might fit your brand, your team, or your market, then you can go ahead and create your account. They offer a free trial, which, by the way, they're also come bearing gifts, but you can get a free trial so you can test it and use the platform, get early access to the platform. And once you choose your design, you'll get access to the backend. The backend has the website builder component, where you can control your navigation, your homepage, internal content pages, your team, and again, single property websites for your properties or off market. You have the IDX integration, which we're going to now go over so we can build that specific landing page for Coconut Grove for the ads that Steven just showed you how to build. And the registration settings, which are important for the conversion strategy, as well as the premium marketing tools that will help you increase that engagement and create property alerts. So to create the landing page, I'm going to go into the IDX section of IDX Boost, and I want to create a map search filter. Like Steven was saying, and right now I have one here, but I'm going to show you how to create it from the get-go. I'm going to create the same keyword as he did for the ad. So I'm going to do Coconut Grove condo homes for sale. Now, in this case, I can draw a map. I'm going to make it very simple, but we have an amazing success manager team and deployment team that will go in, check the details of the area. But just for the sake of being effective with your time, I'm just going to draw a map just to cover part of the Coconut Grove market. And you'll see that the moment I apply, the MLS populates the listings available in this market. I'm going to choose right now just single family homes because I'm going to run ads for just people looking at single family homes in Coconut Grove. So now you see that I have 248 properties available, and I can choose. Maybe I want to create different filters for waterfront homes, for homes with gated communities, a minimum price point if I want to, and then turn on the lead generation tools. It's that simple. I mean, definitely you want to check some details and center the map so it looks good once the user goes into the landing page, and save that landing page. Once saved, it's going to be pre-populated. You can see it on the market. It was pretty accurate to the one that I was just showing you. And this is what it's going to look like, right? The map is there on the left. The properties are here on the right. Your buyers and sellers will have the ability to browse through all of the filters through your IDX and through your MLS without having to contact you from the get-go. And the user experience that they get on this site is second to none. Not only they have access to register, so I'm going to show you how to turn this on right now on IDX Boost. So to increase the conversions on these landing pages, especially if you're spending at budget on, you want to force that registration to be able to connect with the people that are more willing to share that information with you or more serious in buying. We definitely recommend to have it at the first property when they click on the first property, so it can help you capture that information right away. Our team, or you can actually also activate Facebook and Google login. This will make their life easier by just one-click logins with their social media or Google profiles. But they can also register with their email, which we do have questionnaires available. So once you turn this on into your landing pages, your traffic will be prompt to register on your site with just a one click, and you'll see how my account gets currently created. I'm into the site. I'm a long-term user of the site, so my information now is pre-populated everywhere. And as part of the details, not only I can, as a buyer or a client, do my own search in the map and change my parameters, but now you'll see that every property opens super quick on the screen, so I don't have to go to separate browsers to look at these properties. This is a key factor in improving the user experience on the site. The speed, the ability to browse through many different properties that I want to see the pictures. And that's exactly what your buyers wants to see, right? They want to see the inventory available. They want to see what's new in the market. We always suggest to always order by newest listings, so you can give them fresh available listings in the market. And I'm going to mention these two features because these are second to none. The way IDX Boost leverage video integration into these pages, nobody else does this, but it humanizes a lot the technology. You can put yourself, your knowledge, and provide value to your clients from the moment they visit your website, right? Remember, when they're searching for Coconut Grove homes for sale, Chicago condos for sale, Manhattan townhomes for sale, they're being real estate centric. They're not necessarily looking for Carlos, for Steven, for Naila, for John. They're searching for the real estate they want to invest or purchase. So it is important to put yourself already as the authority on that market and provide them with knowledge, value, and brand recognition from the get-go. So IDX Boost leverage this in an amazing way because now once you have the account, you can go to the marketing lead generation tools and you can create these boost engagement um, features by if you have a video on YouTube or Vimeo and you can integrate it into particular pages on the site. The same thing you can do with tripwires. So these tripwires are the pop-ups that you see on the screen. In this case, she's promoting a pre-construction project in the area of Coconut Grove. So in this video, she's showcasing the market, the lifestyle, the schools, the expertise, her experience as a top real estate professional and broker in that market, while here she's promoting one of the main pre-construction projects in that market as well for her clients. So that's how easy it is to create that landing page. You definitely want to again connect that with your CRM, which IDX Boost is having some good news coming soon. We're creating our own CRM. But for those of you that are, again, I want to thank everybody that's here. IDX Boost has um, a token of appreciation. They want to empower you to build your brand, to build your business um, with them. So they are providing you a grandfathering discount for all of you, extended the discount until next month. We're going to change the name for the next ones, but for this one, it's Leading the Shift Platform VIP IDX. This will give you a 10% discount on the membership that you choose. So I encourage you to take a screenshot, set up a consultation with our team. We can definitely help you there, but they want to empower you to use their systems. So take advantage of these, take a screenshot. As I was saying, we just talked and covered the forced registration. That's how you turn your visitors into leads. This is step number 5 on the conversion strategy, right after providing them with a good user experience. And the tripwires and pop-ups that will help you, get more information, value in front of them in exchange for information. Online, you don't get what you don't ask for. So it is important to have these features in your landing pages as well. And now, once they leave their contact information, they should go to your CRM, right? And this is where you're going to be able to measure their experience, implement action plans, workflows to make sure that you have consistent communication for every single registration and lead that you generate, right? You should be able to automate those personalized follow-ups from welcome emails to welcome text messages to make sure that you have different action plans for buyers versus sellers versus different stages of your buyers and sellers cycles. So it is important that you can leverage the CRM because after all, if you use pen and paper, you do phone calls and text, you want to have a place where you can get all of this information is only meant to help you grow your business predictably and helping you manage how do you manage your time with reminders, with alerts, so you never miss a good opportunity is extremely important. Part of the conversion strategy is also building this nurturing system, right? I just mentioned the email campaigns, the welcome text, um, but you have to understand the different ways that you can nurture the leads. Through IDX Boost, as I mentioned before, you can set up automatic AI alerts. So based on the area that the client came in visiting from, in this case, using Coconut Grove as an example, I put a price point. IDX Boost will record the parameters that were interesting to your clients. It will save that search and it will start sending them property alerts on the same price points, locations, amenities that your clients were searching for individually, right? There's no point on sending a client a property on a separate market than the ones that we're interested in. These can also be customized directly from the backend of IDX Boost. So you can go to every individual client and create their property alerts based on the conversation that you have with them, right? Then we're going to cover the action plans and the newsletters. So this is how the property alerts looks like. So they should be branded, right? You always want to be professional, having your logo, your picture. Let me just increase the size. You can see it better. And your contact information so they can call you and reach out to you. But this also creates ways for them to come back to your website and continue their search on the properties that they're interested in. So it is important to have property alerts. Then we have the action plans. As I was mentioning earlier, having open-ended communication, promoting the fact that they can reach out to you and they can use your branded site to continue their search and provide yourself as a consultant to them is important to put in place. So this is an example of a welcome email action plan. And of course, you can leverage, and some of you leverage newsletters for any information that you want to provide to your entire database, right? These are usually more designed from a design standpoint, while the action plans are more personalized, as if they were written by you because you want to put that workload on the systems to help you nurture your clients and stay top of mind, which is always important. Sending a message at the right time is key, right? That's what we were talking about at the beginning, that speed and consistency to nurture your leads is important. Steven touched on a great point, which is real estate is still a human to human business. So we're talking about, the biggest investment of a buyer if they're buying their first or single family home. And for investors, they're very informed, right? They want to know the price point, the lifestyle, the amenities, the return on their investment. So you want to make sure that you have a system and consistency while following up and nurturing your database. So I do have a couple of case studies. These are some of the results that we provided within 12 months for some of our partners, and it represents what this process can do for your business and your brand, doubling or tripling your sales in 2026. So in this case, Naila Benitez, she's behind that amazing site that we've been displaying today, the Coconut Grove Lifestyle by Naila Benitez. She transitioned from being a managing broker, a top brokerage in Miami for the past 15, 20 years to going back to her own individual sales. So she built alongside with our strategy and our team her own marketing systems around her niche market, which in this case, it was Coconut Grove. She knew the type of properties that she wanted to represent with their ideal price point and range. And we've implemented this entire system. With Steven's team, they did the keyword research, they built the landing pages, the website, the infrastructure, the user experience, and the CRM. And within 12 months, she sold over $14 million, most of it in pre-construction projects, with a total commission to date of $850,000. So she 10x her investment on her marketing by leveraging this digital infrastructure. So these are life-changing numbers. I mean, $850,000, that's 10x the time that she invested between ads, platform, services, CRM into her market. And not only that, now she has a pipeline of clients that she's building a relationship for 2026. So she didn't start at 2026 from the get-go. She now has the entire system in place, and she has predictions to double those sales in 2026. And to showcase a case study of her system and her consistency in nurturing their leads, let me show you one case study right here. So this is a prospect that came in January 19, 2025, looking specifically for that project that we did a keyword research on. We saw the opportunity to leverage, and you can see the automatic text going out. You can see how automatically her ISA team, a team that we help implement for her so we can prospect, nurture, and live transfer the leads, started to reach out to the client. We didn't give up. They weren't able to connect in the initial touch points on the first 5 days, but thanks to the email communication, he responded the day after, right? Thank you. I'm very interested. I was walking by the showroom, so I will let you know once once I'm interested. They continue the communication into February 11th, so a month after, they connected and they say, hey, we want to go see the property. Let me know if this is possible. Nyla used her CRM to keep track of all of these notes, stages, stay consistent with the communication, and using it to track the entire interaction. And understanding now that this was an interesting lead for her, it was searching on the farming areas in the price point and within 12 months to make the purchase. So she knew that she needed to build that relationship. Within 3 months, we had a closed deal for that pre-construction project for $3.5 million in pre-construction with a net commission of $210,000 within 3 months of this thing. So that can show you that when you attract the right client and you have the right system in place, this could happen immediately, right? Sometimes it takes longer, of course, everybody is different. Sometimes it may take you 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. It depends, of course, on every individual case. But if you do have the system in place, that's what you should experience. Now, there's other ways where you can strengthen your brand authority, building trust online. And this is what we call the remarketing and retargeting ads. Steven and his team, they create, again, responsive ad, display ads, remarketing ads, leveraging the power of YouTube and the Google network to put you in front of everybody that came through the website looking for you. Because after all, you want to create different strategies for your cold traffic, for your warm traffic, people that visited your website but maybe didn't register at the time, and for all of the people that are already part of your database and your CRM. So understanding those three layers, Steven and his team and our amazing designers team create the banner ads to re-engage and keep you top of mind for those leads who haven't yet made a move with you. So this is an example of one of our partners. So leveraging the entire Google display network, now your ad could be in front of publications like CNN, Fox News, or anywhere where the client goes, your ads will follow. And in this case, this is search intended remarketing ad. So we know that they were looking for coconut growth, in this case, Brickle. So now we're showing them, hey, you were searching for this market. Why don't you come back if you're interested to continue your search, right? Continue your search. And you're establishing yourself already as an authority, leveraging these platforms and creating trust within your traffic and your audience, right? So the goal is that your ads follows them as they browse online so they can take action and return and continue their search. Now, once you have a lead on the CRM, you should design your follow-up framework. And to make it simple, we know you have three different stages of leads. You have your cold leads, That means people that you haven't talked to, people that register on your site, but maybe you try to call and you haven't had an opportunity to connect. We call those cold leads, right? Because we haven't had a conversation. And the goal there is exactly that, to have the conversation first. You're not going to sell on that first conversation, but your goal is to understand if this is an interested lead in those three aspects: your market, the price range, and the time frame that you are designed to convert, but also understand what they're searching for. What are their interests? What do they want? Are they buying for themselves, as an investment? So you can kind of troubleshoot and triage, consult on what they're needing. So for cold leads, people that you never talk to, then warm leads are all of the people that are um, asking you to follow up, or they have little or high interest in the market. Um, these are the people that ask you to reconnect, and you want to make sure that you have the stages, the action plans for those leads, because you want to continue to provide your attention and follow up on the warm leads. And then hot leads are all of the people that you met in person. So a cold lead, you want to have conversations to warm leads. You, after you have the conversations, you want to get to meet them, right? That's either bringing them to a listing presentation or finding out what properties they want to go see so you can schedule those listings, or maybe just like we're doing now, have a Zoom conversation or first time conversation so you can put a face to each other's and start building that relationship. And then after their hot lead, of course, is about going into contract and going through the process that you all probably already know. Going through the inspections and proof of funds and close deals, which is the goal, right? But either way, you have different stages. If you have a personalized consultation with our marketing consultants, they'll be able to, give you a personalized assessment of your market, of your current business and infrastructure, and they'll show in more detail all of these. And then the stage number nine of the wheel is track what matters, right? And we've gone through the full wheel now, but you want to track what is your best transactions, measure your return investment per transaction. What did that lead cost you? What landing page they landed on? Identify your top performing campaign so you can reinvest more in what has yielded the best results for your business. And I really appreciate we're about to reach the hour and a half. So I do want to showcase a couple of our partners' video testimonials so you can hear directly from your peers. So I'm going to play this quick video for you.
Hey, Carlos, I don't, it's the audio's not playing.
Okay, let me see
We could send it
this
out
one.
unless everybody wants to read the transcripts.
Well, I think we're going to share it. I was hearing the audio fine. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties on these videos. Let me see. Can you guys hear this one?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
We can
so
send it
either
after.
way, if you go to trendgroup.com, we'll send you all of these resources. You'll be able to hear these case studies. But we also brought some case studies. I mean, in this case, this is a dynamic team, the Probes Group. They tried many different resources out there before they joined Tram Group. And since the moment they did, they start farming the digital infrastructure and farming areas of in South Florida, Pompano, Las Olas, Fort Lauderdale. And this amazing team has over $50 million within the first 24 months of working with us from online leads. They totally dominated pre-construction sales at the Ritz-Carlton in Pompano Beach, and also some of her junior agents have broken the $10 million mark year after year by leveraging the power of this digital infrastructure and digital business. And this is an amazing case study. This is one of our partners, Adrian Sanchez. He's amazing at what he does, but he joined us maybe 4 years ago now. Focused on pre-construction projects in 11 residences at the time. And in that project, following this digital infrastructure, we were able to help him sell over 100 units at this project. He generated over $100 million in sales, providing him with over $1 million in commissions year over year. We met with him a week ago or a couple of weeks ago where we kind of redid his case study because in this year alone, he was able to sell half of the inventory sold in the summer at a very boutique project called Mandarin Oriental in Brickell Key, selling over $40 million in pre-construction units there. So today, he's generated over $154 million in sales in the past three years with us. Again, generating over $1 million in commission per year since he joined Tram Group. And he has built an amazing team. He delivers an amazing service and resources to his clients, but he's able to get in front of these clients thanks to the entire digital infrastructure that he's built with Tram. And these are life-changing numbers, guys. So our goal is to help you and empower you either with the knowledge or by you working with our team. So I definitely want to invite you to take advantage of this information and either, talk to your marketing agency, implement it yourself. But if you want to work with us, feel free to schedule a consultation with our marketing consultants. No commitments. They'll be able to assess your market, to ask you those questions, to review your digital infrastructure as you have it today, and get you up and running within the next 45 days so you can hit 2026 already with this infrastructure in place. We also want to appreciate the fact that you're here. So we want to give you another discount code, unlocking another 10% on those marketing lead generation programs or marketing systems based on your individual needs, priorities, budgets, and amount of clients that wanted to connect with you. So I definitely encourage you to, put your information in the chat. Our team will reach out to you later as well, and you can take advantage of this amazing incentive. And we want to know how we did it. I mean, I know that there's a lot of you here. I definitely appreciate you for staying with us. We're about to hit the hour and a half, but we want to know, how did you heard about this webinar? Maybe you heard it from social media ads, from the emails, from your peers. So it would be great to know. So you can drop in a comment in the chat. How do you heard about this webinar? And again, I would love to invite, for those of you who might want to know how to build your own website, again, we're going to have another session on February 22nd. So you're more than welcome to join us. Thank you all. So again, you're going to receive the full checklist as a PDF in your email um, right after we finish this seminar today. Again, in order to get your business plan checklist, you should define your main farming areas and price points, build a digital foundation that can help you attract the right client, the landing pages to convert, and the CRM, so you can sell faster and more efficiently and with predictability, and automate your follow-up and your nurturing so you can track your return on investment and scale what works. It's been a pleasure to me to be here today. I know for Steven as well. I want to thank you all for joining. And if you do have any questions, now is the time. We have a Q&A session at the bottom on the chat. So we'll be happy to respond.
Feel free, any technical questions, and definitely anything you want us to provide information on. If you want to learn more about how to build a website, or well, technically that's our next webinar, or how to launch your Google Ads, or how to set up your CRM, or how, like what are the important things. So the more feedback you guys give us, the more we can go planning future webinars, because we want to just be here as a resource and value to everyone. So that's a great question. How does it take to finish a website, Carlos? Carlos?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I was just reading some of that comment. So how long does it take you to finish a website? Well, if we have all your assets available, our team can get a website up and running for you within hours. The reality is that we want to, do it right. We have a strategy session where we want to understand your brand guidelines, your logos, the amount of pages and content that you want built. And then based on the amount of pages, we'll give you an estimate turnaround, but we can build websites within 7 days.
And in the next webinar, we could show you. You can even do it yourself. We've seen websites built in under 20 minutes, 30. Like as long as you have everything there, Carlos is gonna have like a cooking show. He'll have all the ingredients, all the things you need there to prep. But we've literally built a platform for this purpose to be able to move quicker. So, Carlos, another question: will it be
Yeah,
connected to my MLS?
correct. So IDX Boost is connected right now to over 20 different MLS regions. So based on where you at, we can share with you a map of all of the MLS we're part of and that are you're available to connect to. And like I mentioned, it's an all-in-one platform. So yes, it will be connected to your MLS based on your IDX membership, and you will be able to showcase the entire listings in your market on your website. Again, the flexibility of the platform would allow you to create individual pages for maybe condos or communities or different filters with that MLS data as well. So yes, it will be automatically connected. You can integrate your own listings, your broker's listings, so it can auto-populate into your site. IDX Boost is the first cloud-based IDX in the US and is amazing and updating and again providing the best user experience for you, for your business, and for your clients. All right. Well, I think it's been an amazing time together today. I really appreciate every single one of you for attending and staying till the end. Take advantage and leverage the incentive provided by IDX Boost as our sponsor and in Trem Group. So if you want to work with our team, we have an amazing team. I'm very proud of what we've done. And like Steven said, we continue to strive to do better and stay at the top of the industry. So we'll be happy to see you on the other side. I'm working with you, but if you have any questions, if you want a personal consultation, feel free to reach out to our team, and we'll see you on the other side. I hope you all have an amazing day and rest of your week.
Thank you, everybody. See you on next one.